Hello, hello. How is it going? See, there's a couple people here, so welcome to the stream. Hope you guys are all having a good evening or afternoon or whatever time it is in your time zone. We're going to be doing some more EarthBound beginnings / mother and drawing some more enemies probably. And yeah, should be a good time. Hello, Thunder. Thank you for joining the stream. I hope that's how you pronounce your username. Are you guys all from, like, are all three of you from work? Because I recognize Bouncy and Northern Geek. Oh, thank you. I'm glad I can nail your username on the first try. Who's Thunder? Just gonna go and switch my stream setup. Oh, so you're not from the other two people in chat work with me. So, oh yeah, thank you guys for hopping on, checking it out. Hopefully it'll be a good stream. I didn't do too much last stream, I just mostly did drawing and very little progress. I'm just gonna figure out where I'm supposed to go. Because I've been like wandering about last stream just trying to figure out where I'm supposed to be heading. Okay. Oh, hi Anna. Are you guys still all at work? You guys should. It's 6. You guys should be going home. Let's see. See if my controller's working. Let me know if like the game volume or like my voice is too loud or whatever. I don't think I have any enemies left to draw around here, so it's probably going to be pretty straightforward this time around. the last two streams have pretty much just been like running into random encounters. Oh, so I can go around here. Nope. Oh! So I kind of assumed that this was just kind of like a river or like a void or something. I guess I can just walk about. Oh, it's the flying man. Oh, nice. Let's have a bird dude following me. Oh, dude. Part of me kind of wants to do that with, like, EarthBound or Mother 3. But also, like, part of me feels like it would take, like, way longer with that game. Because I think it's a lengthier game, and there's more enemies. But, we'll see. Depending on, like, how I feel about this once I'm actually done drawing every enemy, I might do more down the line. The thing too is like Mother 3 and EarthBound's enemy sprites are more detailed, so yeah, no, that's probably right, honestly. This is like my 6th stream of this game. And I think I have 3 melodies. So I've been like, well, I guess playing, quote unquote, playing this for like, I'm guessing 10-15 hours at this point. I just need to like start drawing like extremely fast. But yeah, I've kind of thought about doing EarthBound next. And it's really gonna depend how I feel. Like, I probably wouldn't do it right away, but I tried drawing an enemy from EarthBound, and it took like at least twice as long to draw because there's so much more detail going on. Oh, there's like a well. Oh shit! That's one I haven't gotten before. I'm gonna get it set up for drawing, and then I'm gonna run real quick because I realize I actually don't have my markers with me. This guy in the corner. And yeah, I'll be right back. Alright. Let's draw this dude. This is gonna be, and thankfully, a really quick one to start with. I think this guy's probably gonna be even easier to draw than Groucho, because he doesn't have a mustache. This one is absolutely the fastest sketch I've ever had to do on the stream so far. I think I count recolored enemies as like separate ones, at least for now, anyways. Just because I figure it'll kind of give me a, especially if I did like, if I drew an enemy, like if the drawing was really crappy the first time around, at least I get like a second chance to make it look better. But it also, I guess, will depend on like how many end up popping up and. Like, which is the one? The Mat Truck and Psycho Truck wouldn't be too bad. This is like the closest to duplicate I've seen so far in this stream. I wonder if when I'm done with this game, if I can go on the How Fast to Beat website and add a new category, because there's like, you know, casual playthrough, completionist playthrough and stuff. Maybe I can add the drawing everything playthrough as a category on there. Oh, drawing speedrun. Oh god. That would be insane. I mean, maybe if I do this like 2 or 3 times, by the end of it I'll just be able to draw all the characters really fast. But that I don't want to say it's never gonna happen, but it's it's probably never gonna happen. Next awesome game done quick, there'll be a draw every enemy category. You hear? It's an exclusive announcement. Oh man, if I can catch it, I would absolutely draw myself killing the animals. Even though I honestly am more of a save the animals type of guy. I like animals too much to like vote for killing them, even if they're fictitious animals. Oh, that's a dead marker. Those important frames. God, I'm drawing a blank. I was gonna say something about the animals. Oh yeah, there's that theory that the animals are like carrying the ex-parasite or something. Because they reappear in, I forget how it goes because I've seen it a long time ago, but it's basically the reason like why they save Samus at the end of Fusion is because they carry this virus and they want to spread it around. Yeah, I think it was from Game Theory. It was probably one of their more convincing ones. But I guess we'll never know because Nintendo just flat out refuses to make a Metroid game that takes place after Fusion. Like, how much lore can you cram, like, between, like, the original Metroid and Fusion before you need to, like, actually start to expand further in the future? Alright, what's this guy's legal name? Dad's Eyes. Oh, that's kind of spooky. This is number 24, I think. No, wait. It's number 25. Yeah. I wonder why Nintendo's having nightmares about his dad's eyes. Here's Dad's Eyes. Clearly my best drawing on this streaming adventure so far. I wonder if all of the eyes are already in Magicant. Because I haven't really checked like what enemies are in what area, but that's the second pair of eyes I've seen, and it kind of feels like this is the place for eyes to be in this game. I've already drawn this guy. This guy was the worst one to clean up so far, I think, when I scanned it in. Because when it got into Photoshop, the shadow got really got really faded away, so it was hard to separate from the main color. I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. Just gonna keep walking around. Okay, so they're all here. This is gonna be like the least interesting drawing stream. Watch me draw like 12 different pair of eyes. I'm not gonna waste a page on like its own set of eyes. Also, realistically, I could probably just Photoshop the eyebrows away from the other one, but that'd kind of be cheating. I guess this could be considered my my speed run drawing right here. What's this guy's called? Watcher. there you have it. Another set of generic eyes. Oh, these guys were the weakest eyes yet. Which kind of makes sense considering they're kind of naked compared to the rest of the eyes. They didn't have those eyebrow defense points. Oh, nice. I wonder what my new PSI ability is. State. Fourth D-slip, quick up, hypnosis. I don't know if quick up or deaf down is the one I got. I'm supposed to go northwest. I had a peek at the Starman.net walkthrough because I don't want to be spending the rest of the evening just wandering Magic Hand and fighting floating eyeballs. This dude spawned in kind of a weird... Oh, that's why he spawned there. He's calling up his friends. Oh, jeez. I feel like this could go on for a while. Also, it's kind of terrifying how fast these widows can reproduce, like fully grown adult widows. This way. Oh, thanks, Nerd and Geek. Hope you have a good evening and a good supper. Thank you for dropping by. I don't remember how strong these snails are, but I probably should heal after this battle. Wait, didn't I get a Birdman with me? Did he die? Like, I literally remember talking to him, coming out, going into the battle, and he's not following me anymore. Like, I guess he must have died, or maybe I can't take him where I was going. this way. Some more of those funky clown-looking people. There are a great many holes east of town. The sound of another world can be heard from one. Can be heard from one. I don't think this is the fountain I'm supposed to be at, is it? I guess I did have to go to the castle, but I already did that. Yeah, man, I'm hanging out on some pink clouds. Mint water? Now I'm gonna have to imagine that it's mint, like mint flavored water. I got some red weed. I kind of imagine that's what you have to smoke to see this pink cloud land. Some red weed. So I guess I'll go talk to the queen again. Maybe I just need to leave? I like this game, but it does a really bad job telegraphing where you're supposed to go next. I want to listen to my song. Okay. So that's the same thing I got before, so talk to her. And after you've seen all they're seen, magic can walk to the main area populated with foes. Okay, so I have to go to the wells. Maybe I should go get myself another Birdman first. Maybe some money. I think one of the guys... I should have stopped at the fountain to get some money from the money dude. Because I think there's some good weapons in town for Nintendo. Maybe I was wrong. Northwest Magic Ant. It's a fountain. Oh, so I have to use telepathy on it. I feel kind of bad for, like, using a walkthrough so much. But, Like, how are you supposed to know that you have to use telepathy on the fountain to summon an old man that will give you money? Hearing the soulful cry, the benevolent old man showed up. Oh, you just got the pun about the Ray Yidit? I got the last time I played, it was when I first got it. Because, like, for the longest time, I would see his name and just be like, how do you pronounce this? Yes, you need money, don't you? Well, your balance is 4340. How much do you want to withdraw? We'll get, like, you know, 1,300 bucks. Let's see what they have to offer in town. I wonder if there's a mom's eye enemy later on. Because I feel like we've seen all of the different eyes except for mom's. Yeah, I hear you. It kind of sounds like it would be a bit unbeatable without a walkthrough. Because it's weird, I don't know, I really am enjoying this game. But I feel like if I didn't have the easy patch on, and I wasn't, like, occasionally consulting the walkthrough, I feel like I would get very frustrated very fast with this. Groucho said hello and walked away. I like Groucho, he's the most polite one of the bunch. So the store is one of these. What are you staring at? Ooh. Let me check what the, was that the silver ring does? Because it looked like it might be equipment. But they don't have a check system, so it's kind of tough to tell. Silver ring. Okay, so it gives me plus 14 defense. And gold ring is 28. Can I afford the gold ring? No, I didn't get enough money. I feel like I'm probably... Oh, damn it. My pockets are full. I feel like I'm probably good with just the gold ring, because I'm already kind of over-leveled for the enemies in this area, so... Just gonna... Can I eat this red weed? Don't be silly, you can't do that. I guess I probably need, like, some roll-up paper and a lighter to use the red weed. I'll just throw it away. Yeah, that is kind of silly that you have to use real-world money to buy stuff in your mind. And it's even sillier that you can, like, bring it out of your mind with you. Give me that silver ring. Nope. Use. Yeah, the equip system is also kind of weird in this, where you just... Like, once you equip it, it's nice that it leaves your inventory, but, like, you need to use it to equip it, which is kind of weird. And the inventory size is tiny. Like, it's a super good thing that you get the healing ability early on, because, like, half of my inventory stuff right now that I can't throw away. So, I can't really stock up on too many healing items. And then you kind of need to leave, like, one space open to, like, buy equipment or in case you find something. glad I didn't kill Groucho. Like, I'd feel kind of bad killing him knowing that he just runs away anyways, and gives you the XP. Alright, where are you at, Birdman? He was buried in our cemetery. It is with great pride that I take his place with you. It's kind of sad that I didn't notice the Birdman dying earlier. I could even notice he was gone until like a good 10 minutes later. To Nintendo's great sorrow, the brave soldier Flying Man rests here in peace, buried in a pile of pink fluff. Also, these trees feel like a very unfitting enemy to have right here in the game. Because they seem to be, I don't know, they don't seem like they're made out of like a palm tree's trunk, which is the only kind of trees that grow in Nintendo's mind. I wonder what my new ability is. Oh, Healing Bee. Nice. Or Healing Beta. I feel like once I have more enemies that can learn like PSI move, is gonna start getting like hard to keep track of like what moves you already know when you start learning moves. Because they don't really bother telling you about it in battle. Ooh. Oh, here's another set of eyes. Is his name literally just 4 eyes? The thumbnail for this stream rebroadcast on my archive is just going to be like different pictures of eyes. Yeah, those eyes are bizarre. At least they're like slightly different because their eyelid is like half closed. But yeah, it's not saying much. Yeah, they do seem to be getting kind of bored as well. They're probably the most self-aware enemies in the game. Like after you've done like fighting like 4 different pair of eyes, and then there's yet another one. I'm surprised with how fast they're going through the eyes. Like, I thought that, you know, you'd find the first pair of eyes in here, and then later in the game, they'd be like, oh, here's, like, a new version of it. But, no, they're just going through all of them right away. Which, at this point, I kind of appreciate, because that means I'll never have to draw a pair of eyes ever again. I've been posting my drawings on the EarthBound subreddit, and I wonder how they're gonna react to like a pose that's like, here's like part I don't know, like 6 of my my stream drawings, it's just a bunch of eyes. Which ironically, I feel like this is like my worst drawing yet. Like the lines on that bottom one are so shaky. But like it's hard to be super invested when you're drawing eyes and trying to get through them quickly. God, you know what? I'm actually I think I'm actually going to like scrap this one and redo it. Because I feel like it's one of those enemies where like it's not, I'm not going to lose a lot of time starting from scratch. I feel like what I'm gonna end up doing is like I'm gonna take, because like a couple of these look kind of like just really lopsided. I'll probably just wind up taking whichever one of these 4 identical looking eyes looks the best, and then like when I scan it, duplicate that one 4 times instead of taking this like drawing at face value. I am kind of boggled with like just the sheer amount of different enemies that there are in like one area in this game. I feel like bottom right might end up being the winner in terms of like which eye I'm gonna use when I scan this thing. Yeah, I think so. I think in this game you come back to Magic Hand like 2 or 3 times. I'm not sure when though, because this is actually my first time through the game. So like I know quite a bit about this game, but just like from years of being a big fan of the EarthBound / Mother series, but it's the one game in the series I never beat, so like I kind of know like the highlights of the game. But I don't know really the like what the meat of the game is quite as much. Also, I think this enemy also takes the cake for least creatively named enemy. 4 eyes. Also, while we're at it, I should probably add all of the eyes that we've previously drawn. So here come Dad's eyes. And Watcher. It's kind of funny, but like put side by side here, these guys almost just kind of look like a different version of 4 eyes. Man, boy, howdy, I hope we find more eyes soon. Oh, it's one of those. I'm gonna try not to use the guide for this one, because that's a pretty straightforward puzzle. Oh, nothing. Oh. Oh, I guess that's like the top of the wall. That's kind of a confusing graphic. I don't know if this is the specific one, but I've heard that there's a dungeon in the game that, like, when they re-released it on the Game Boy Advance, they like greatly reduced how crazy complex that it was. And actually, that might be in this version of the game too. That might be one of those things where they, because I know a lot of changes that were made in this version of the game were kept in the re-release later on. You think it's this one? Yeah, I think you're right. Because I remember seeing that when I was reading about it. I remember this being the tile set that they used. Magic herbs. So we got Dad's eyes, Watchers, and Mom's eyes. Boy howdy, guys, we get to draw another pair of eyes tonight. How captivating. This is the funniest. Like, you can't make this up. The amount of eyes in here. But I called it earlier. I said it's weird that you get to fight Dad's eyes, but there's no Mom's eyes. Oh yes, Amanda. I am planning to draw the eyes. It's part of my mission. It's my duty and my curse to draw every single pair of eyes in this game. I love that this is the stream tonight, I think, where I've had the most people join me. And I've only drawn eyes. Like, this is, like, the least interesting batch of enemies I've had to draw. I will write a stern letter to Nintendo and tell them that I am unhappy about this. When they made this game 30 years ago, they should have known. Oh, you want to see the other eyes, Amanda? So we have Dad's eyes, we have Watcher, which I'm guessing is baby eyes at this point. There's also 4 eyes, which is 4 pair of eyes. But wait, there's more. There's also Groucho, which in hindsight is probably the most interesting one of the bunch because he has a nose and a mustache. So yeah, this has been a eye-opening stream, you could say. I see everybody's enjoying my pun. I can tell because of how the will to live seems to have escaped from a couple of you guys. I think you're right. I think there's more eyes than Starman. And I honestly, I don't want to jinx it, but I think this is the last pair of eyes. But at this point, I'm fully expecting that there's going to be another like half dozen eyes in the game. Alright, let's draw the prettiest eyes yet. Give Junior eyes, please. At this point, I kind of hope that there's a pair of Junior eyes later on. Also, I wonder Am I now officially the person who has done the most fan art of EarthBound eyes? Because like when I see people do like fan art for like Mother One Earthbound Beginnings, it's always like, you know, it's like Starman or Gygus or you know, another one of the cool looking enemies. But I don't think I've ever seen fan art of these eyes. This guy's face is... Oh, that's hilarious. They knew. Wait. Do you mean that there's like... I feel like I've been missing out because I've not done check on any enemies. Put this man in the Guinness Book of World Record for the most EarthBound eyes. I should write them an email after the stream and be like, "Dear esteemed members of the Guinness Book of World Record book, I have drawn many eyes from the EarthBound game. Some would say all of them, and more than anyone in the past 30 years. Please give me an award." You know what? I don't have any tattoos, but I feel like at this point I should get a tattoo of those eyes on my arm, just like symbolically to kind of illustrate my struggles. I'm also pretty sure that like a couple streams ago I talk about how like these eye enemies were one of the ones I was like looking forward to draw because I figured that like they would be like, you know, a nice break between like really big complex enemies. You know, I figured like they'd be like spaced throughout the game, so it's like, oh, I've drawn like a couple of big dudes and now I get to draw the eyes. It's gonna be nice and simple. But turns out they just dump them all at once on you. So I've changed my opinion on the eyes. I hate them. But I also still like them. I like the idea of the eyes, I just don't like the idea of drawing them back to back. You should have a tattoo on top of your eyebrows of the eyes. I should tattoo the eyes on my eyelids so when I close my eyes, I can be always cosplaying these guys. Yeah, I think you've got the right idea, Thunder. Have it on the back of your head, Voldemort style. Can you imagine if, like, at the end of the first Harry Potter movie, like, what's his face, Professor Quirrell, like, unwraps his turban, and then there's these like big globalist eyes with like little red eyelashes and red pupils at the back. Now that's the Harry Potter movie I want to see. What does the check have to say on Mom's eyes, I wonder? So what number is Mom's eyes? 28. Mom's... Oh. Okay, so check does take one of your turn. Mom checked Mom's eyes. Offense 24, defense 20. Mom's eyes will spot you for sure. Wait, what? Are the eyes attacking each other? Is this a domestic abuse battle? I don't know how I feel about this. Oh no, he's attacking Flyman. Because I was like, who's hitting Dad's eyes? And I forgot Flyman was with me. Oh, see you later, Bouncy. Thanks for hopping on the stream. Hope you have a good evening. I'll see you on Monday. I'm finally rid of all of those eyes. Oh, I forgot to switch it back. I guess I'll add another set of eyes to our list of enemies on the side. Okay. There she is. Whoa! Get a good look at those eyes. So Amanda, did you figure out if anyone else had done fan art of those eyes? I'm super curious now. Oh god, I love that there's an emoji that's basically just these eyes. This is gonna be the new tradition when there's like, when I'm fighting eyes, everybody has to spam chat the eyeball emoji. Oh, there's a dragon sleeping. You'll see these eyes in your dreams. Oh, PSI stone. I want that. I feel like we're all gonna be cursed to see these eyes for the rest of our life. I already have a PSI stone. Okay, that's good to know. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. What does the stone do? So it attacks. I'll stick with, am I supposed to go see the dragon, or... I'm gonna go see the dragon. Like, I feel like you don't just put a sleeping dragon there and not get me to go and see it. It won't talk to me. The dragon sleeps. Ninten's psychic powers is short of waking the dragon. Nothing happened. So I guess I have to come back to that later. I actually have a theory, and hopefully everybody here is a bit familiar with Mother 3, but I won't go too in depth with it. But my kind of theory ever since I've seen this dragon is that the dragon that they talk about in Mother 3 that has to be awakened is the same dragon from this game. Because I feel like all of the pink shell houses in Magicant are too similar to the Magypsies houses. To have that plus a sleeping dragon like in the same vicinity is like, I feel like that's too convenient of a coincidence. Oh man, I like your idea. It's a good thing I was already drinking wine. I've begun long ago drowning my sorrows from having to draw all of those eyes. Though I feel like with the high encounter rate in this game, if you took a drink every time that like there was a battle, you probably would die before long. Oh, there's a sword? Okay, can this be equipped? I have to find out. Crystal Cavern. Okay, so it looks like I should go check out what's inside of the, inside of that, hole at the corner of the path. Till back with Onyx. Okay. So it looks like I'm gonna go fight a fish. Which I'll also be drawing. Because I guess there's a really good item down there that warps you back at the center of Magic Hand. There's a theory saying that Mother 3 takes place, or at least partially, in Magic Hand. I think I believe it, honestly. Like, it feels like there's too many coincidences. And I kind of like that. I feel like it's I feel like it's a good kind of bookend to the whole series, because it kind of ends with something from the first game. Like, even though it's not, like, blatantly obvious. Like, it's kind of neat to bring back that sort of, like, original Magic Hand aesthetic, and, like, potentially that same dragon. And, I think I used, teleport on, not teleport, telepathy on the dragon already. But I think my magic isn't strong enough. Right. I feel like my brain, my muscle memory is just gonna make me draw, like, eyeballs again. I have to say, though, this fish is, like, has one of the nicest anti-sprites in the game so far. It's, like, nicely detailed. Like, there's an interesting balance I find between, like, enemy sprites that are, like, really, really nice looking, and, like, other ones that are, like, kind of borderline abstract. Good lord, you're right! The fish has an eye! I can't escape it. Imagine if they decided to have like now that you've defeated all of the eyes, the next level of enemies is like you get to fight like the whole family's nose, and then like everyone's mouth. Actually, I think there's a mouth-shaped enemy. I know there's one in EarthBound, but I think there might be one in this game too. But I don't think there's like 12 variants of that one. And think is the keyword here. There could be for all I know. Can't wait to be fighting Dad's mouth. The French Kiss of Death is kind of a funny enemy. And I think, isn't it fought in Magic Hand too? Like, I feel like there's... Yeah, there's a set of eye enemy in EarthBound too. The Dairy Queen's mouth. After EarthBound was over, the mouth from EarthBound went and found itself a job as a Dairy Queen mascot. I mean, that's a glamorous job to be the Dairy Queen's mouth. And you get to eat so much ice cream. Also, thanks for hopping on the stream, Illo Stream. How are you doing? Oh, I'm doing pretty alright. It's a good Saturday night, playing some good games, drinking some good wine. I wouldn't say I was drawing good enemies so far, or doing good drawings, because I had to draw like 6 pairs of eyes in a row, but now I'm drawing something a bit more interesting. Yeah, you came here like right after we went through the eyepocalyps. Every enemy that we fought for like an hour were a different set of eyes. Like I don't have them handy. Like these are all of the drawings I've done this evening. It's just eyes. It's gonna make for a fun thumbnail though when I go and archive this stream. Drawing an eye again. My curse. So much eye candy. Don't you know, Keith, comments like these are punishable around here? I'll see myself out of the stream. I was talking to a friend. I was telling him about. I did one stream where I like did a bunch of really bad puns, and I kept commenting on how like when no one's there to give a reaction to your puns, like a desperate reaction to your pun, you realize like how sad puns are, like just the void that you feel after saying puns. And then he just looked at me and said, "I feel like you're getting too close to like my inner psyche for me right now," because he's like super notorious for puns. I have to say though, it feels really, really good to be drawing something that's more complex than an oval. And I'm glad that you at least, Thunder, I'm glad you at least got to stick around until I got to draw something that wasn't an eye. So that I can prove that my streams aren't just bullshit. I mean, they partially are bullshit, but usually they're not that badly bullshit. Oh god, I can imagine Jesse being unstoppable with puns. I remember in college one time, it was like him and Alex and a couple of other classmates had like this string of ocean-based puns on Twitter that was just like atrocious. Like I think it went on for a couple hours. Oh god, I gotta start drawing eyes again. Here, I'll dedicate a page to eyes. I'll design my own eyes. Here's an eye with a thick mustache. And here's the Cyclops. And here's a Cyclops with a mouth. So this guy's gonna be like a French kiss of death deal. Looks like a pair of shifty eye to me, yeah. Shift eye. Knowing this game's naming convention, that's probably what they would end up naming it. I'm not entirely sure I'm gonna handle the scales on that thing's main body, but I think I'm gonna do that when I color it. I'm glad I could quench your thirst for eyes. I'll go back to the eye page and draw like 4 or 5 more eyes in like 20 minutes just to make sure you don't leave. I wonder how tough this fish is gonna be once I actually get to fighting him. It's happened a few times where I've spent like, you know, like 30 minutes, 40 minutes drawing an enemy, only for it to immediately kick my ass. Alright, here's gonna be the crucial part. Inking the eyes. I've had plenty of practice earlier this stream, so hopefully I won't screw them up. Could you imagine though if like immediately just draw the worst just wobbly eyes ever after all the eyes I've drawn tonight? Right. I'm gonna get to do some actual coloring now. I have to figure out what yellow to use for him. I think this is about as close as I have, and I think that's the one I've used similarly for this color before. So we'll go with that. Oh, and thank you, Thunder. I'm glad you like my cute boy fish. Look at how cute he is. You just want to give him a little smacking right on his teethy lips. Toothy lips, I guess. Not teethy. I think teeth is singular, and then tooth is many. Right. His scales are going to be interesting on his belly. I'm still not 100% sure what I'm going to do for that. Actually, maybe I'll start by doing the darker ones, because I think those are just black. Yeah, I do imagine he flosses. I mean, if you have, like, sharp teeth like that, like, you want to make sure they're clean and menacing. Like, I feel like having really sharp, pointy teeth would lose a lot of its threatening aspect if you had, like, a piece of broccoli stuck between them or something like that. You don't know anybody who flosses? What, if you don't mind me asking, what part of the world do you live in? Because, like, flossing here is a pretty common thing. Well, it kind of is. It's a pretty commonly promoted thing, but I feel like there's a pretty big majority of people who don't do it. Oh, you're from France? Oh, nice. Moi aussi, je parle français. That explains your username then, Thunder. Do you know Amanda by any chance? Ah non, je suis pas du Québec actually, je viens du Nouveau-Brunswick. I feel like a lot of French Canadian get mistaken for Quebecois a lot. Which kind of makes sense because they're the heaviest concentration of French people in Canada. Je sais pas si tu connais Amanda qui était dans le chat tantôt, mais des fois on fait des streams en français. And do the scales. Ah, pas de problème. C'est pas mal commun. Honnêtement, il y a beaucoup de Québécois même qui connaissent pas vraiment les Français d'ailleurs au Canada. Ah, cool. Nice, je suis content que... Yeah, ben merci d'avoir venu après avoir vu mes dessins sur Reddit, c'est apprécié. Oui, Amanda, on est en train de parler en français. Thunder vient de la France. Je pensais qu'il te connaissait actually parce que tu fais beaucoup plus de stream avec du monde de la France, toi, que moi. Ouais, je sais. Ils vont avoir comme un bloc de comme 15 minutes, 15-20 minutes où ils vont se demander qu'est-ce qu'on est en train de parler de. Oh well, au moins ils vont me voir dessiner pareil. Or are you guys stream hopping? Ouais, ben l'Europe en général, vous avez pas eu beaucoup de jeux de la série. Je pense pas que vous avez eu de jeux jusqu'à ce qu'ils ont sorti EarthBound sur la Virtual Console sur le Wii U. Si je me trompe pas. Tu vas changer ton sang, Amanda? Actually, for people wondering what I just said, my friend Amanda is diabetic, and she has to go change her needle, but she just wrote it as if she's changing her blood entirely. That face when you need new blood. Oh, thank you. It's a more threatening Magikarp than I remember him looking, but you know, I guess he finally grew up. Actually, I don't know when that's gonna happen, but on the note of Mother and French, I've been wanting to do like a French stream series at some point, where I would just speak in French, and I saw that there's a translation patch for Mother 3 in French, and I'm very tempted to do that at some point. Because I've beaten the game in Japanese when it first came out. I don't understand Japanese, but I had like the Starman.net guide on the side that kind of translated all the items and stuff, and I'd beaten it in English like 2 or 3 times. So I figured it'd be kind of like it is my favorite game of all time, so it'd be fun to play it in my mother tongue for the first time, and it would be I don't know, I feel like it'd be a fun stream. Oh man, I would kill for the trilogy. Like, they're so close. Oh, have you checked it out at all before? I've only seen the trailer and it seemed fine. It's obviously in like French, which I'm sure there's expressions that I'm not gonna quite understand, but that's the kind of thing in Canada, is that like outside of Quebec, like all of the different French dialects kind of have a lot of their own colloquialism. So like there's stuff that like expressions even from Quebec that kind of sound weird to me, even though they don't live super far from where we're at. But even like locally, like in New Brunswick and Nova Scotia, depending on where you go, there's like some like very like big differences in like sayings and stuff. But from what I've seen, I don't know, the French translation seemed like it was decent from the trailer. So I'd be down to give it a shot. I know there's also a French translation of EarthBound, but I don't know much about that one. I haven't researched it as much. Ooh. Yeah, I agree. L'homme masqué would be... It's funny, there's certain things I find in French, like, sound kind of cool in English, and maybe it's just because French is my mother tongue, but like when you go back and like literally translate those things in French, it doesn't sound quite as cool. But I kind of imagine that's the way with a lot of languages, because like a lot of people, for example, will prefer like the name of the Japanese name for certain characters to the English translation, because they think it sounds weird in English. I think I'm almost done with this one, but I'm gonna give another pass for the shadow. I know a lot of the names still make sense. Like I think facade is still facade in French. So but that's about the extent of what I know they've changed. Like all the other names seem to be about the same. I kind of, if I had the time, I would almost want to do like an Acadian French translation of Mother 3. But I feel like it would only be like easily playable by like a couple thousand people. Because there's so many very specific expressions. Pig mask. Les masques cochons. Oui, masque de cochon. Ouais, je me demande. I have no idea. See if I can find like a lighter yellow for the sheen in his eyes. Oh, well, thank you for joining Illo Stream. It was nice to have you around. Hopefully I'll see you again soon. It's been a while. Like in real life, not just on streams. Oh, I'll make sure to say hi to Carmen and the cats. I can say hi to one of the cats right now. Sinclair is picking on my stuff right now. I think he's getting tired of me being on the computer and he wants me to pay attention to him. Well, I think that's it for the fish guy. I don't think it turned out too bad. Let me see. What is his name? The fish. Oh, okay, so he's just the fish. And that is enemy number 29. It's the one and only fish. EarthBound takes place in a world where there's only one fish left. I'm gonna have to start drawing eyes again soon, otherwise Thunder is gonna go. So let's see, let's add our fish. I'm gonna squeeze him over Mom Eye. So I've heard this fish is like actually pretty strong. But I'm also pretty well leveled up, so I guess we'll see. Ooh. Okay, so he's still pretty strong. I'm glad I'm not fighting him in the regular version of the game. Oh, he was actually pretty easy. Onyx hook. Oh, damn it. I'm gonna have to get rid of a couple things. Jeez. I'm gonna eat this. I would join you, Amanda, on Scribbo, but I'm already streaming this. I kind of want to keep playing a bit of this for a while, and then I'm probably gonna take a break from streaming and chill. We'll see. I don't know. It depends on how late I wind up streaming. I just feel like once I'm done with this, I'm gonna want to go and chill for a bit. Oh, here's another pair of eyes. It's been like a hot minute since we've seen those guys. The eyes are back. Oh my god, what is this? What is this? Is it the face that's attached to the eyes? That's beautiful. That's a good reaction. That emote. Well, you know what? Actually, before I start drawing this guy, I'm gonna go BRB real quick. I'm gonna grab myself a little bit more wine, and when I'm back, I'll draw this monstrosity. So, yeah, hang tight. Alright, I'm back. And yeah, I'm ready to draw that fat Smurf. I wonder if he's got a Smurf disease. Like maybe that's what happens to a Smurf after he gets stung by like a bee or something. And then like the little face behind him is like another Smurf trying to like, I don't know, ease his pain or end his suffering. Yeah, oh god, this guy is borderline uncomfortable to look at. But yeah, we gotta draw him. It's gonna happen. I miss the eyes too. Sometimes you don't know how good you've got it until you lose it all to a big, fat, blue, bloated Smurf face. He kind of looks like a Nightmare Buddha with a little guy on his head. I wonder why this guy didn't come back in EarthBound. Actually, Thunder, I need to ask. I saw this clip like a decade ago, but it still makes me laugh to this day. Have you ever heard of the town of Montcu in France? Because I remember seeing it played on Radio-Canada back here. They they played a segment where they showed off the town. I imagine it's one of those things that's like, if you don't, I don't know, live near there and it's not like constantly a joke, it's funnier. But I don't know, I don't think I ever laughed as hard as when I first found out about that town, especially the way they were talking about Le Poil de Mon Cul when they were showing out the furnace. There's a town in Canada that's pretty close to, in terms of name, I would say is pretty close to Montcu, and it's there's a town in Newfoundland called Dildo, and like there's no gimmick to the way the name is written. It's not supposed to be pronounced like differently or anything. It's spelled and pronounced Dildo. And I guess it's pretty much just this town's claim to fame, and like they kind of bank on it to attract tourists, so they can sell them like magnets and stuff that say Dildo Newfoundland on it. Time to draw his little friend on top of his head. Angoisse. Condom. That's amazing. I've never heard of any of these places. That's fantastic. I think more towns should just pick weird, funny names. Yeah, it makes sense, like, that Monku would be, like, selling merch to promote themselves. Like, I feel like not... Like, I feel like doing, like, not doing it would be fiscally irresponsible, because you know there's gonna be, like... There's always gonna be people who are down for, like, a good juvenile joke gift. I don't like this hand at all. It's a little bit better. Actually, I guess for the sake of the VOD, I should probably explain that why Moncu is such a funny town name, because it sounds like the French word for my ass. So it's like if you had like a town that that was called my ass. It's pretty juvenile, but it's pretty funny. All right. Well, this guy is done. Which means it's time to ink him up. I think this is winding up to potentially be my stream with the most new enemy drawings. It's just too bad that like 3/4 of them are just eyes. I'm looking forward to leave Ninten's mine so I can fight some more normal enemies again, like Pink Ghost. And than like a literal tiger. Well, I guess it kind of screwed up. The guy's head's supposed to go over the bigger blue guy's head. I guess it's one of the more vague sprites since you don't see his face clearly. Yeah, I'm looking forward to draw him. Like I always really liked the sprite in the first game of Gygus, where you kind of see him in his like whatever his big machine is supposed to be. He does look a little bit like Mewtwo from my recollection, which I wouldn't be surprised. I'm like 90% sure that he was the original inspiration for the Mewtwo Pokemon. But it'll be fun to draw, and it's a big one too. Like there's a lot of like weird little details and stuff in his machine. But I'm glad you're enjoying my interpretation of those characters. It's been really nice to see people, I don't know, actually excited for this, because I wasn't sure if anybody would like care at all. Ooh, that blue is hella dead. So that's a no. This blue's kinda dead. Oh, it's working. But I don't know if it's the best blue I could use for this. I'm gonna dig around. Actually, I might run... I'm gonna do a really quick BRB to get a hat, because my hair is getting in my face, and it's starting to get kind of annoying. Alright, that was a super quick BRB, but I needed something to keep my hair out of my face because it was starting to get really annoying. I do like that having long hair, but I sometimes look forward to cutting it just because of how annoying it gets at times. This is a little closer. True blue. Oh, but this one's kind of dead too. I can get a little bit out. You know what? I'm gonna try it. Hopefully it doesn't run out on me. What does this one look like? This one's too dark. So I'm gonna cross my finger that it doesn't die before I finish inking him in. I'm actually be able to use that darker blue for the shadow around him. He's gonna be a really weird one to ink in. Oh no, it's starting to die out on me. I just needed to live a little longer. Live, damn it. Man, I think I lost this gamble. Well, I'm not quite sure what to do now. I wonder if I have a recharge for this somewhere. You know, this part of luck and speedrunning, you're just... Yeah, my speedrun has hit a bump. It's kind of like in Awesome Game Done Quick whenever somebody's controller dies or something. Except that, like, my marker's ink is dying. If I can make it live, just to, like, enough to finish the forehead, then I'll be good, because I've got a darker blue I was going to use for the shadow. Just a second. Let me check if I can get this refilled. So my wonderful girlfriend's gonna go see if we have, she was saying, I guess we don't have a refill kit for this specific one, but we have a syringe, and I guess these ones, if you like inject some rubbing alcohol in them, it kind of, it'll give them a little bit more life. It's a little sketchy, and it's not gonna be perfect, but as long as it just lets us finish the drawing, that'd be great. It just means we're gonna have to stare at this beautiful blue face a little longer. Ooh. Thank you. I don't know if I should fight it while we're waiting. It shouldn't take long. I guess I can dig out the other blue marker and start doing some of the shadow stuff. Oh, really? You mean like the ones that you like you push with your thumb to make the lead come out? Or is it a different kind of pencil? Yeah, yeah, those are great. Yeah, I think you can refill most of them. I have one that's like I haven't used it in years because I kind of like having like these kind of pencils. I'm trying to center it with a camera, but because I like that you can kind of do different like line thickness. But my girlfriend does a lot of web comics and stuff, and she pretty much exclusively uses mechanical pencils. Ooh. Looks like the surgery's almost over. No? Looks like the surgery might have not have been this successful. Yeah. Can I have a look? Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's... Yeah, yeah. Cool. Yeah. Do you have any similar colored? We might be running in the first case of I might have to stop this drawing and finish it some other day. Because this one has been injected with some alcohol, but it might take a while for it to like fully take in, because right now it looks super diluted. Oh, thank you. Almost. Not quite. Cool. Apologies about that, guys. Please bear with me. Oh. Oh, maybe. Okay. Yeah. So Carmen's gonna attempt some marker wizardry. If that doesn't work, then I think what I might have to do is finish this one off stream or like redo it later. I don't really want to draw this guy from scratch again, just because he takes a little longer than the eyeball family to draw. So yeah, if the marker can't be revived, then I guess we'll just play for a little while more and leave this guy for later. I'll add him to the to the side. But can I make him transparent? Cancel. Schubert's 8th Melody. I don't think I've ever heard about Schubert's 8th Melody. I'm not super well versed in classical music, but I would wager to say that this drawing, its quality is probably equal to Schubert's unfinished 8th Melody. And you can quote me on that. Oh, it didn't work out? Well, thanks for trying. Well, looks like the marker can be successfully resuscitated, so... But is it better than Dad or... Oh, are you asking me to choose between Dad's eye and Mom's eye? Because that's a tough choice. I think I like Mom's eyes slightly better because of her red, colorful lashes. But I mean, you're asking me to choose between two of my children almost. There. I put him at half opacity so that we know that I've kind of drawn him, but he's unfinished. At the very worst case, I might just color this guy digitally. That might be easier at this point than try to find another matching marker. Ulrich. I wonder why he's named Ulrich. Ooh. So the Franklin badge doesn't deflect lightning in this game, it seems. Okay. Right, I was gonna grab the sword here. Man. I guess I'll just use this Life Up Cream. And I'll grab the sword. Hey, here's the whole family again. It's nice after having to look at that weird bloated blue face for so long to see some friendly unfaces. I think you're right. I think it only deflects PK Beam in this game. I wonder what was the reason why in EarthBound they changed it to Thunder. Oh man, is that Wally? That guy looks a lot like the Wally enemy, but like facing back. I am a forgotten man. I am not really here. You didn't have to notice me. Please ignore me. Can I telepath him? I am a man who does not exist. You talk so kindly, I don't know what to do. If I miss people, I cannot live alone anymore. My conversation is always a monologue. I've been alone from the moment I was born. Lucky, unlucky, it makes no difference to me. Sometimes, even breathing becomes too much. Wow, that's some weird shit. Why do you insist on talking to me? Are you a forgotten man too? Yeah. Don't give me that garbage, just leave me alone. You talk so kindly, I don't know what to do. Oh, do I have to answer no? It's like... No. That's right. That is right, right? Go ahead. Ignore me like everyone else. Oh, I don't know what to do. No. I am a forgotten man. I'm not really here. You didn't have to notice me. Oh, okay. Oh, I have to do the whole text thing again. Well, if he wants to be forgotten, I'll forget him. But I didn't expect, like, weird, not like psychological, but like philosophical, conversations in this game. That's right, thank you. I guess he just wanted to be forgotten. That is so weird. I really am enjoying this game, but there's definitely some... Wait a minute. Okay, this is definitely a new area from where I was before. Oh, and here's Barbet, the nail man. Yeah, I'm really enjoying this game. It definitely stands on its own more than I thought that it did when I was younger. Like, but it's really bad at indicating what you're supposed to do next. Yeah, I got the onyx hook. It was in the room that the fish was guarding. Does it let me warp back to Magicant from outside of Magicant, or just when I'm in Magicant? I can't remember. Or as one would say, I can't remember. Oh. Here's the eyeball page with all those eye drawings I promised you. I'll make a new one. Here's the winking eye man. Because sometimes you just have to draw eyeballs. You can warp in when you're... Oh, that's awesome. I like that you can go back in this. I always find it a little sad that in EarthBound that you can only go to Magicant once and never return. This is such a weird enemy design, but I kind of love it. I like that it looks like he's kind of meditating. He's just a nail trying to find inner peace. I think after I get to that town, I'm gonna try to find a phone to save, and that might be my endpoint for tonight. Especially since I imagine I'm gonna be fighting a couple more enemies on my way there. Which, speaking of which, it must be starting to get really late in France now. So, yeah, thanks for sticking around this late. Oh man, I really appreciate that you're enjoying watching the stream enough to stay up. Hopefully I'll be able to let you go to sleep soon. Oh, that's awesome. What are you drawing right now? Nice. Figure studies are super important. Are you an art student or just doing it for fun? I really need to nail, pun intended, how I color this guy in, because anything involving gray makes it so hard to separate color from line when I go into Photoshop to tweak the drawings up. So if I mess it up too much, it's going to be kind of hard to fix it. Oh, nice. All that's every single day since the summer of 2018, trying to make it. That's a good goal to have. That's really, like, impressive that you've managed to draw every single day. It's definitely a good way to get better at drawing, is to just, like, do it over and over. I'm trying to find, like, a slightly lighter gray than the one I'm using right now. This one's not too bad. Oh, so you're just kind of trying to teach yourself how to draw, kind of like as a hobby. So it's not like a career path you're thinking about. Actually, on a very random note, just because I don't know anyone else who's grown up with it, I used to watch this cartoon when I was younger that came from France called Ernest le Vampire. Have you ever watched that? Because I literally know no one who has ever, like, who remembers that cartoon. And it doesn't seem like it was super popular in France either, because I was trying to look it up, and there's like one DVD release of it. If I could one day become good enough to make a living out of it, why not? Yeah. I mean, like, if you keep practicing, there's a lot of people nowadays that, like, just make a living off of doing, like, commissions and art online. So it's super feasible nowadays. And, yeah, no worry if you haven't heard about it. I kind of figured, because it's really obscure. Like, I was trying to look up details about it, and, like, the Wikipedia article on it is, like, pretty sparse. And there's, like, barely any information. And, like, the creator itself, too, like, doesn't have a Wikipedia page. It doesn't seem like he's done any other cartoons afterwards. But he has done board games. It's so weird, because that cartoon was like a big part of my childhood growing up, and it was weird to, like, rediscover it and then realize that, like, almost no one remembers it. And that cartoon used to scare the crap out of me as a kid, because it always ends with him getting killed. And it was a fairly macabre show for, like, children. But it was, like, really well animated. Yeah, it has 117 episodes. Like, it's kind of crazy that a show that lasted this long and had this many episodes is so, like, poorly remembered. Almost all of them are on YouTube, so if you're ever curious, I would definitely recommend checking it out, because it's a really cool show and it has a really nice atmosphere. Oh, nice. I'm glad you like it. Yeah, it's super unique. I don't know, it almost feels like it's a little too much. Like, it gets a little almost too creepy for kids. But, I don't know, it was one of those shows that even though it was, like, really spooky, like, it legitimately creeped me out as a kid. Like, every time I heard the theme song, like, it would scare me. Like, I hated hearing the theme song, but I always stuck around because I found the show so fascinating to watch. Alright, well, I think I got my, I think his name is Barbet. Barbo. And that is number 31. This is a pretty simple enemy. There's nothing too much crazy to him. But it was fun to draw. And now let's see if this guy is tough as nails. Oh, he's not. He's a little babby weakling. Nintendo's getting pretty buff. Oh, a little saucer. That's another one. I think at this point with this guy, this is officially my most productive stream in terms of drawings. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with how this turned out. It was definitely nice to have you and a bunch of other people watching too. Like it's kind of a good motivator. What do you mean besides the eye? The eye were the most important part of this. I do like the UFOs in EarthBound a bit better. They made them a little cuter in that game. Oh, thanks. I appreciate that. Hopefully I'll see you around. I generally try to stream on Thursdays and Saturdays. Sometimes I'll stream again on Sundays, depending on how it goes. But I also am working on an animated project, so during the week I mostly try to work on that. So like I don't have like a set schedule, but these are the days that I tend to stream the most. And then sometimes during the week I'll wind up streaming something with Amanda, who was in chat earlier. It kind of worked out nicely that a lot of these enemies we've gotten tonight have been pretty simple. It's made it easy to draw a lot of them. Damn it, I've rubbed off against the ink a bit. I don't know if you've been following the Nintendo Land theme park stuff that's been coming out recently, but they were talking about how they're launching with you know, Mario and Donkey Kong attractions, and that later on they're going to be introducing stuff from their other popular franchises, and they one of the franchise they mentioned that they're thinking of incorporating into the theme park is Mother, which was surprising. I don't know what they're gonna do or if it's just a possibility, but man, I would love to go to like a physical like theme park and go on a Mother themed ride. Like maybe something that's like a bit of a roller coaster and you go through like dark rooms that like light up with like crazy, like a crazy light show, like you're in one of those like battle one of those crazy battle backgrounds. But even if they don't go too crazy with it, it'd be really nice if one of the stores, one of the souvenir shops was modeled after like a drugstore in EarthBound. Though, can you imagine working in a EarthBound themed like gift shop and hearing Humoresque of a Little Dog all day? I love that song, but I feel like after a couple of hours I would go insane. Mr. Nintendo, can we change the song? No! We gotta be authentic. You gotta listen to that song for the next 12 hours until your shift is done. Yeah, no, there's definitely a lot they could do. I'm like, managing my expectations just because of how Nintendo tends to treat the EarthBound series. So, like, I'm guessing it's gonna be something kind of minimal, like I was saying, like a theme park, not like a theme park, like a store. But I would love for like a ride that takes you through like all of the EarthBound series, or even if they had a ride modeled after that part in Mother 3, when you take the little gondola ride, and you get to like, you're in this little river and you get to see like stuff from all the past EarthBound games. Even that would be really cool. Oh my god, like a Mr. Saturn petting zoo pen type area would be amazing. I would pay like any amounts of money to get to hang amongst a bunch of like animatronic Mr. Saturns. Oh, that would be so wonderful. That's not the gray I want. Actually, I'm gonna do a couple little Darker black shadows I forgot about. Mr. Saturn I'd love to have Mr. Saturn plush. The only like EarthBound merchandise I have is my Ness and Lucas amiibo. And I have like a little pile of puke, like not an official one, but it's like a fan-made little pile of puke toy that my girlfriend got for me for Christmas a couple years ago. I'm sad that I kind of missed out on those giant Mr. Saturn plushies that they made in Japan a while back. Even though I'm sure that would be like impossibly expensive to import. Just because of its general size. A Master Belch toy that burps when you... Oh, that would be amazing. Like, it would play some of those iconic burp noises from EarthBound. It would be nice if they had, like, as a throwback, you could buy, like, scratch and sniff stickers. So what number is the... That's 32. Number 32. Lil Saucer. Oh, that's a good idea. I'll definitely go and comment on that one. Like, my expectations of what's gonna come out of it aren't super high, but I definitely have some wild fantasies of what they could do. Like, I think if you were to tell, like, kid me that there's a chance that they're gonna make, like a theme park attraction based on EarthBound, I would flip my lid. And when they announced it, that it was a possibility, I mean, I did kind of flip my lid a bit. Like, I never thought that would be even remotely a possibility. Oh, we gotta add the saucer to the list of enemies. I wonder if there's a saucer with a little bow in its head in this. Whoa, nope. What's going on? There we go. All right. Let's get to beating some aliens in a nail. Actually, you know what would be amazing is, you know how some of those theme parks generally have, like, rides and, like themed transportation? Like, if you go to Disney World, there'll be, like a bus all decked out, like, with a bunch of Mickey Mouse decals on the side and stuff. It'd be nice if at Nintendo World, they had, like, if you called a cab around there to, like, I don't know, like, get you to another part of the park, they would have, like, cabs that kind of look like the, like those mad taxis from EarthBound. Man, just trying to get to a safe spot where I can call my dad is super stretching up this stream because of the variety of new enemies that are popping up. I think, though, if at 9:30 my time, I still haven't made it to a town where I can save, I might just, like, end the stream and go save, and then go back and find those enemies that I miss. These guys are kind of cute. Ooh, oh yeah, Club Titty Boo would be a great place to have in there. Oh, Chaos Theater! I don't know which one I'd like the most. I think it would be cool to have, like, a Chaos Theater spot there, and then you sit down and you get to watch, like, one of those like 4D movies, quote-unquote 4D, that they have those theme parks where it's like a 3D movie with, like, air jets and fog, but it would be about, like, EarthBound. You get to see, like, a short EarthBound movie. There's been an overabundance tonight of gray colored enemies. I just noticed. Like, I think the fish and Ulrich were the only two really colorful enemies we fought tonight. Oh, sweet! Thanks for the link. Yeah, after I'm done with my stream, I'll definitely go and add my thoughts to it. Definitely looking forward to see what everyone else thinks thinks could be in store for the EarthBound attraction. Alright, time to ink the skunk. I think this definitely has to be my my last drawing tonight because I'm starting to feel like I'm making like I don't know, dumber mistakes. And I also have a cat who's getting very impatient with me. Yes, Sinclair, I'll be done soon. Sinclair's a very independent cat, but when he wants attention, he will be, like, he's relentless. He will, like, figure out, like, he'll figure out whatever you're paying attention to, like, he knows that, like, I'm playing a game and I'm drawing, so, like, he's, like, rubbing himself against my markers and, like, trying to, like, make them fall so that I'll pay attention to him. He's a smart but occasionally annoying boy, but I love him. Sinclair, come on. Oh my god. He's being a bad cat. Someday I'll get a second camera so I can put the kitty cam while I'm doing this. When I used to do like animations, like just animation streams, I'd use my webcam as like a kitty cam because I don't like to do face cam. So I'd point it to their cat bed. So that was like... that was what I used to use the camera for before I used it for like marker drawings. Alright, I think that's all for the inking for this enemy. My brain is running in slow-mo now. I've definitely been on for a little too long, but these streams are a lot of fun, so it's kind of hard not to, it's hard to stop. Especially since I only get to do like a tiny amounts of progress when I play because of all the drawing. I guess I'll start with the red. I'll have to find a darker red. Might have to stick with the one I already have out, because the only other red I have are either brighter or closer to pink. Oh yeah, I was thinking the same thing. This skunk has bizarre eye. At first, I wasn't sure if it was his eye, or if his ear was drooping in front of his face. But I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be his eye. It's just very lopsided. I guess not everybody can be born with beautiful eyes like Dad Eye and Mom Eye, and Four Eye, and whatever the regular eye's name was, like Watcher or something like that. And who can forget Groucho? Groucho, really truly the MVP of eyes. Yeah, Groucho has, he's got the eyes, he's got the mustache, he's got the nose. Really, he's the only one in the family who's got it all figured out. Cool, I think that's it for the skunk. Got a little skunky boy. Who I presume his name is just Skunk. Skunk, yep. Number 33. Do you ever get tired of the combat music? Not at first, but I definitely am starting to get a little tired of it. Mostly because it's almost always the same song that plays in battle. There's only a couple battle themes. And now that you mention it, I might need to go find myself a maybe make a playlist of EarthBound music that I can put on when I'm drawing, just to vary it up a bit. Because while it is a good song, it is a very short loop. Yeah. Yeah, I think it'd be beneficial for the viewers too, actually, because like, it bugs me a little bit, but while I'm drawing, I kind of forget about it. But I can imagine if somebody was just joining the stream to watch, it could probably get pretty annoying after a while, which, sorry about that. I never really thought about it until now, so I'm kind of glad you bring it up. It'll probably be, oh, he tripped and fell. Yeah, it probably will be the last time this stream, I think, that I'm gonna draw. So, at least for the remainder little bit of it. It's not going to be one big loop continuously. Though I definitely feel like if I was doing this with EarthBound, I would have no problem with just playing the battle music in that game like continuously, because there's such a good variety of it, and it's so damn catchy. Am I going the right way? I feel like I might have made a mistake. Let me look at a guide. Once more. Yep. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Is there a map? Oh yes, there's maps. Okay, no, I'm going the right way. That's good to know. Oh, if I kept going for like 2 more steps, I would have realized that I was going the right direction. Oh, and we've made it to the second town. Let's go find a hotel somewhere. There it is. Oh, there's no phone. I need a phone. Sweet, sweet release. Here's a phone. We can call our dad and call it a night. I've transferred $3,400 into your bank account. Jeez, thanks, Dad. Awesome. Well, yeah, next time that we play it should be interesting because we're in a brand new town. There seems to be a building down south. I'm not sure what that's all about. I guess we'll find out next time. Thank you guys for coming along with me. Un énorme remerciement à Thunder pour avoir resté aussi longtemps. I really appreciate it. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Hope everybody has a good night.